Okay,
You can turn off that sound. Mute that, or not mute, but turn off the sound. The audio.
okay, so let's call the meeting to order for Southern Guam Soil Water Conservation District. Today is Wednesday, May 25th, 2022. We are at the University of Guam CNS building, room 202. The time is 3:36 p.m. And, okay. Can we get a roll call?
Okay. Chairman Michael Again,
Present.
Vice Chair Angelita Mendiola,
Person,
District Director Carol Tayama,
I move that she was what she said.
and District Director Glenn Zakai.
Present.
So we do have a quorum, but I just want to backtrack and make sure it's a regular board meeting. I don't know if I
Yes.
said that. So-
Yes, yes, you did.
Okay, okay.
And Mr. Chair, just noting that the meeting has been delayed due to the previous meeting that
Yes,
was
okay.
happening prior.
Thank you for that. Okay, next item would be approval of meeting agenda.
Mr. Chair, I went over the, agenda. Yes, I move that we approve the meeting agenda as presented.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, good. Okay, approval of meeting minutes for April 27th, 22.
Mr. Chair, I went over it and I move that we approve the minutes of our meeting on April 27, 2022.
I second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Okay, number 4, District Administrator Report. Item A is financial report.
Okie dokie. The financial report you did receive and it's part of your packet. Okay. So currently in our checking account, we have 67,919.43. And in our savings, we have the 2,505, we have 2,505.85. Okay, for our Q2 expenses now, during the last meeting, we did go over the expenses that have occurred from March through the latter part of April. But that was only up until April 27th. So what you see in here for the Q2 expenses is all the expenses that were incurred from the period January through March,
January to March,
or the second quarter, I'm sorry, second quarter expenses.
which is, what is the second part? January to when?
January, February, March.
So January to March.
Yes, yes,
End of March, right?
yes. Any questions?
That goes all the way down here to the total expenses?
Yes. So, yeah,
So I'll go ahead and I'll make the motion to accept the report, the financial report for the second quarter. from January to end of March.
And to write
Yeah, and to ratify
the
the
expenses,
expense.
which is 35,936.76, right?
Right?
Okay.
Okay,
I
second.
second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
And if I may just note there, we did receive the 50,000
Is that included
for
now?
the feral swine program. No, because we've just only received that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to our grants and agreements. We did submit a request for another round of funding for the NACD Technical Assistance Grant. Currently, we are still awaiting approval from NRCS, and I believe the GACD also has to approve that funding as requested by NACD. So we do have a deadline of, and we've done this before, the GACD has done this before, as well as NRCS, where they have to give their concurrence and that they approve that the funding be distributed to the Southern District. Last year, or the last time we did this, we had some issues with the reporting requirements. It was a technical issue on their end.
Yeah.
It's happy to report that when I looked at the metrics, our reports were fully submitted on time, 100%, all the way green. Yeah, so no excuse.
We knew that.
Sorry, I'm just happy about that because it was really
We have to clarify that
yeah.
for the record.
Okay, and then as mentioned, and then just moving on, I did mention earlier that we did receive the 50,000, so we can go ahead and pay in full our commitment
To
to APHIS.
And how much is that pending?
15,000,
15?
and then of course we did talk about the purchase of traps, so
Or whatever.
and
Okay.
also activities for conservation related initiatives. Okay, any questions?
You already answered my question whether it's the 50,000 is included in our financial report, but you answered that already.
Okay. I guess I'll just add one more note before we move on. The GACD general membership will be meeting tomorrow. And one of the goals of that meeting is to approve the strategic plan that was put together by the working committee. So if you all had a chance to review that, that'll be great, as we will be.
Oh, that's a lot
Hoping
of
to approve
reading
it.
material. Yeah,
It's like 2 pages.
plenty in between.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Carry to my bedroom.
Pretty,
and I'm reading it.
Plenty lines in between.
Yes.
Okay, so,
Sorry.
and then an update will be given on the GACD technical assistance grant there tomorrow. Alrighty, so moving on to the ongoing tasks.
Can I go back to the
Sure.
GACD since you mentioned it?
Okay,
So what constitute quorum
majority
but-
of 9.
out of the 9? 'Cause
Yes.
There's only 9. So
Correct.
5 will constitute a quorum, right? Or
Yes,
4, 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
5.
okay, ongoing tasks and projects. So this one is kind of a fun one. That just, it was an opportunity that presented itself. So there was a Guam team that went over to the CNMI from May 21st to May 24th. From the Southern District, Director Glenn and I, we did represent on behalf of the district, and President with Katrina Regis also went.
Vice President.
Perfect.
Vice
Vice
President
President
Katrina
Katrina.
Reid, yes, and President Michael Uggan, they went and represented on behalf of GACD. Chairman/President, did you want to provide any highlights? Right now, we still are working on the trip report.
Yeah.
I think you should table that to next meeting.
Okay, but is there anything you wanted to bring up immediate or that?
Just that it
Mhm.
was it was a very successful trip.
Yeah.
Everybody who we wanted to meet, we were able to meet with
Mhm.
and more. In short, we were also able to accomplish our objective of meeting with the conservation districts or understanding the status of the CNMI's conservation districts and briefing the key stakeholders and the leadership back in CNMI about this upcoming NACD visit.
So we do have a lot, according to them, they're gonna throw their full support of the CNMI government
Mhm.
towards this. pending
Who's
visit,
more the one
upcoming
who
visit.
Yeah.
Huh?
So with who?
You said you met with somebody more.
No, and more,
And
and
Oh,
more,
I'm more. I
Yeah.
thought it-
not and,
What?
but and.
A&N, not A&N.
and more.
But we had, basically, we kind of winged it a lot and it was successful.
I really
Yeah.
think so, because you guys have been
We,
updating us on
we
the
ran,
soil
we
water.
met so many people
Yeah,
just by
Mhm.
pushing ourselves into different.
Yep.
Pushing different buttons,
I'm meeting with the governor, that's very good.
tracking down things, just.
No,
And already there was a deliverable that they said they
Yeah.
were gonna do. They said within these next few weeks, 2 to 3, that they will have their farmer rancher meeting. And that in that farmer rancher meeting, they will have, their board established and voted on.
Yeah.
So that's exactly one of the whole annual goals of even
Yeah.
our whole, as well as the NACD. So, we'll see, but it's got the,
But
Mhm.
Erica, if you are in communication with Will Custer,
Yes, I
Yes.
am.
if you can highly recommend that they invite the Rota mayor and the Rota chairman for the Luta Solar
Maybe the
Water.
mayor.
we did make that,
Yeah.
that's also
Yeah,
another
but just be
accomplishment.
reminded, so they can be
Yeah,
inside. them.
so our statue will be on there, but they did say we can make that accommodation.
Or if NACD can sponsor the trip over to Rota after
We-
Saipan.
We
That was
also
brought
brought that up
Oh
and they
my
said
God.
that but with the constraints, he goes, financially, it's not the constraint. It was the, what did he said that more the time? No, it was more the limitation was more the time and the ability because of how the stretch of the time. But they
Yeah.
said, in terms of, they said they're gonna look into it and they'll make it happen. Financially, they can do it. That's according to Will. And also the governor said he'll support everything that we're looking to kind of do.
Oh,
So.
man, you guys have to.
Yeah. So Erica will be following up, I know, with Will Castro on that, and he said,
Okay, well,
Make it happen.
let's not go through the whole.
yeah, that's how I do it, but that was it, that was
Yeah, yeah.
everything
For
that
now.
we had hoped to
Yeah, but
accomplish.
just make sure, Erica, that remind them to be at the table when NACD goes to cinema that they.
Yes, yep, okay.
Mhm.
Well, definitely there's a lot of exciting things that CNMI has planned.
Okay.
Okay, moving on, Guam Invasive Species Awareness Week. It is currently Guam Invasive Species Awareness Week. The Awareness Week it is started on May 23rd to the
Friday, right? That was
29th.
Friday?
So Friday, actually, it started
Proclamation.
this Monday during the proclamation
Yeah.
signing. So officially, we are in Gisaw right now. Thank you, Madam Vice, for attending on behalf of the Southern District. Did you want to report on anything there?
No, the thing is, I thought the chairman was there because they did mention his name. They're thanking him for attending. And he said, that's why I said, I'm so happy I attended. And he goes, she wrote me that, who said that? Because really they mentioned, it, which is good, but
Mm.
they both mentioned chairman from the north and the south. So it was short and sweet, and the only one that really presented something was the chairman, the director of agriculture.
Oh, cool.
But other than that, it really went very fast.
Mm.
Okay.
It was good.
Did they start putting that PSA?
Yes, they already started. So let me just share some with you. They're very short.
Can you project it on there?
Yes, I can. So I will do that.
That's,
And I just want to state for the record that the Southern District really helped the Department of Agriculture or Biosecurity Division, Dr. Glenn Dilla, in organizing the PSA events. And then as well as the interview, I believe I sent the interview to the chat group yesterday on the segment that KUAM did. So it was, yeah.
I hope they
Yay.
put it in the
And
news. Can you
yes, they
again?
did. It aired on the news last night.
I did see it and I watched it.
Okay, I don't know if we can hear mine, but let me just, I'll try to make it as loud as possible.
That's all the way up. Yeah,
Oh, I'm right.
right there. Once and
I think it's mine,
Oh.
so.
Hi, my name is Chris Pizarro from Department of Agriculture.
Wait, hold on,
Biosecurity.
I thought it was up here. 1 second.
Target.
Okay, I
Marty,
will.
can you read that to me? Or it's up here on the big screen. Can you read me the 168?
got it. 168.
Okay, thank you.
168.123.200.42.
Wish you were there. Oh, you were there.
Send my dad.
Three, 6, 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so just in the interest of time, I'm gonna fast forward to
So you went.
Chairman and Katrina.
Yeah. That's Katrina.
Half a day. My name is Katrina Regis. I am from the Farmers Co-op. Come buy fresh local produce and support your local farmers. Also, help.
Oh my God. Nice to see all my
Hi, my name is
chats.
Chris Pizarro from
Half a day. My name is Katrina Regis. I am from the Farmers
Skip
Co-op.
that.
Come buy fresh local produce and support your local farmers. Also, help reduce the possibility of spreading pests on the food you buy by choosing to buy local. Come visit us. We offer competitive and affordable prices. See you soon.
Skip the ad.
Skip that.
Okay, let me find Chairman.
Nice, oh, hey, her voice is so, wow.
I know.
Hi, my name is Michael Ogden. I am the chairman for the Southern Guam Soil Water Conservation District. My invasive species tip for the day is please manage your green waste properly. Green waste such as lawn care clippings and food waste may become refuge for invasive species such as little fire ants and the coconut rhinoceros beetle. Please do not illegally dispose of your green waste as it may contribute to the spread of invasive species on our island. Thank you.
That's it. Invasive species week, baby.
Okay, that's it.
There, Erica. Show it.
Buenas and Papa Days. My name is Erica Pangilinan and I work with the Guam Association of Conservation Districts. My invasive species tip of the day is to volunteer for natural resource management events, whether it be the removal of invasive trees and vines or the removal of invasive seaweed at the beach. Alternatively, you could also assist in native tree plantings to replace trees that have been destroyed by wildland fires or to replace non-native invasive trees. Si Diyos maasi.
With the glossary up in the right there, the Bikia, we got the Bikia in there.
I want to see Jula, please.
Oh, he didn't do
We
one.
didn't do
Oh,
it.
oh,
Oh my God,
Only picture.
Pizza Hut. Okay.
great, good job.
Good job.
I was gonna do it because Erica kept calling me, but my dad was,
No.
but she has to get there.
Okay, let's
Oh,
move on
nice.
to
Congratulations.
Okay, so, yep, we just helped in that. Website status, just want to let everyone know, I did follow up with our vendor to find out what's happening with our website. I'll have to wait to hear back. Okay, election and update of active district registries. So that is coming up quick.
We need to finish everything by July.
Yes, we
Is that
do.
finished by
Election is August 16,
15?
16,
When is our primary election?
the 13th.
So they're first, is that?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
So is UOG preparing for this?
Well, what we need to do is just, I know that we've mentioned it so many times
To
to
Barbara,
our,
right?
yes. We'll just put it in writing and have,
Gotta make sure Barbara,
And
ask,
what we,
Yes.
yeah, what,
remind him, if he needs to follow up or whatever.
and what we did, we had a meeting, remember, I volunteered, so we met. And we put down, we went back and looked at all the dates, right? As
Mhm.
per the policy. So we gave that to Barbara. But in fact, because I'm chairman for the committee for the election, and I was gonna recommend this to Erica. This is the timeline, Eric. Can you do something like that so we can have Barbara, or we can probably have to do it, that's, you know, the timeline,
yeah,
so that it will remind us
yes.
what needs to be done on a certain date. So, Mr. Chair, I know the first thing we need to do is to recommend, like, we have to recommend. I think you only need 3 people to recommend it. That's how you get.
Oh,
them
that's
to-
how,
Yeah, that's how
yeah,
we do
not
it.
just one person.
No, it has to be 3 people to recommend, any bona fide farmer can recommend it. So that's the first thing that's gonna happen. I think the first thing that's gonna happen, Erica, is announcement, right? The newspaper
Yes.
announcement. And then, but meanwhile, we can, once they open it, then we recommend. It could be the same people, like all of us do, we just recommend each other. If that's what we want, so long as there's 3 people to recommend you.
Mhm.
But
It'd be good to get other farmers
I
or
know,
people
that-
you know
yeah,
that can,
right.
to mix it up, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
To
but I'm
get-
saying so long as it's
Yeah.
3, and we just need, Erica, you and Martha, or maybe Martha, just because we already have the dates, right? When things are gonna be done, so the timeline, something like that.
So how do they recommend? Do they just call it in? Do they have to submit
No,
a
so
There's a
form.
process.
process? That's
There
what
is a
I'm saying.
process.
So like if we want, like, we want to like call Victor and say, hey, can you recommend me? or
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah.
What is he gonna do?
There's a,
Just sign it.
Where, man? Who's gonna give
He
it to
has to
him?
get
How
the
he's gonna do it?
form.
University, we turn it into university.
Yeah.
Is
They're
it
the
like
ones
something you can
handling
get
it.
online or whatever?
we
or-
have it on, we should have it online,
Put
just
it
because
online, no?
UOG had it online too. So we can even give them it too. It's just,
I don't know.
but the submission needs to be, it can
Yeah,
only be
certain
submitted to the University of Guam.
Okay, but the person submitting now, what kind of verification or qualification do they have to show in order to make a
I
nomination?
forgot what it
There's-
says, farmers are bona fide, but they can, and then universities will check whether they are legit
Yes.
bona fide.
Oh, but they don't have to like submit something?
No.
No, it's just, no, just that they are farmers. Or bona
But that's a
fide.
good question, because I don't know if it's
Yeah,
gonna,
you know, just to
The
make
form,
sure,
yeah.
because, you know, like I said, if it has to be a farmer, how do they know that? You know,
Yeah, well, that's the
do they have
burden
to
is on
submit a
them.
copy of their bona fide farmer? That, to me, that would suffice already, or.
I know that to be a candidate, you have to be a bona fide farmer. So
Yeah, but for the
those
for the
recommendation-
recommendation, do they really have to be?
I'm
Well,
not.
they're just gonna recommend, it's up to them after that, like. it's
No,
a-
but you have to
Um,
be a
yeah.
a farmer to recommend.
it's in
And
our
I'm saying-
mandate.
Is,
Yeah,
you
it's in
have
our
to be
mandate
just to make a
that
recommendation.
the members can nominate and,
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is, how about
Technically.
like a non-member? Because they're not voting, they don't have, let's say they're not a member, they can't vote, or they're just gonna make a recommendation.
as
If
long,
they say, hey, I recommend this person,
I forgot, but there is,
I mean, well,
There
as
is
long as they
something in
own
place.
land or
Okay.
they're a farmer, but
but
that's,
mostly we try to just us, we just make sure.
Yeah,
that
do it with
people that
them.
recommend us are farmers, just so that there's
yes.
no question, but it's good to look into that form, I forgot how it was.
What I'll do is I'll call a kind of work group
Yeah.
one session,
look into it, then,
so,
right?
Yeah, but the date is important because that's.
You
only.
don't want to mess up
Yes.
the nomination
Yeah.
process, right?
Yeah, because we didn't stick it up.
Yeah, yes.
alrighty, so, and then UOG is really supposed to help with that. Okay, moving on. Oh, Chairman, it's back to you. That concludes my report.
Okay, old business, right? Oh, no.
I move that we approve or accept the district administrator's report as presented.
I
Okay.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you, sorry. So moving on to the next one, old business, right? 2021 annual report approval. Need to source out quotes for him.
Yes, that's an ongoing task, so Marty will assist in that.
Okay. I did review that thing though, just so you know, I did.
You did?
Yeah, like we all did. You gave
I
us
left my
copy.
folder in here.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's good. very
I'm
good.
good.
Lot of, yeah,
You were there a lot. Okay,
that's right.
that's good.
Okay, the next one, SBDC QuickBooks training for ag producers pilot program proposal.
Okay, last meeting we had here, during April, we presented the proposal. Dr. Bob was here and also Mark Acosta. There were questions regarding the proposal, such as what does the fee cover, or what kind of educational materials will be there or will be included, if any, and then also what are the contact hours. I did send that to our point of contact, and I haven't heard back. So
Okay.
we'll just have to follow up on
Let's
that. But
follow up.
I do see similar trainings that are currently happening with like farm to table, or I don't know if they partnered also SBDC with Department of Ag on helping or assisting farmers with their microgrant. But yes, I'll go ahead and follow up again. But at this time, no update.
Okay. Okay, C, the National Conservation Partnership Planning. May 9th to the 14th trip report.
Okay, Director Glenn and Marty attended this NCPP training on behalf of the Southern District. I know Marty has the trip report. Did you wanna present the trip report, or we can email it to the directors for, okay, we'll just email it to everyone. It is already like 90% done. We're just pending some receipts for reimbursement, mostly for transportation costs to and from the airport. So
And that's the one that's gonna be reimbursed by MSC.
fully reimbursed, yes. And at the same time, I'm submitting
Including the per diem, right? Everything.
everything, even the transportation
So
costs.
when does it, how does that happen?
So I have to do our part,
This
and
report, right?
they don't need a report, they just need our receipts. So I've just received the last receipt from Mark over the weekend, so.
Okay,
Well, if I'm gonna submit everything, I'm gonna submit for all,
yes, yes.
okay? And that's pretty much in the works, so just to let everyone know that it's moving, so we can get back.
So
Well, we
hurry
need to
up
get the
and,
money.
then we can get
Yeah,
our
we
money
have a
back.
lot of reimbursements to be gotten. Okay, so that's it for that.
Okay, moving on to where we at?
D, go to D.
D, NACD Summer Meeting Puerto Rico, July 16th to the 19th, approval.
I move that we do send representative, but I guess it's up to the board how many can go. And this would include registration fee also, right?
Yes,
For
yes,
all this, you have to pay a
Yes.
registration fee. Do you have the amount?
I can get the amount.
And also, do we have a piggy bank fat enough to
Well,
send at least 2 people?
I
At
did-
least two, yeah, if we could do two.
Yeah,
I
think that
did
would be-
crunch the numbers. We do have enough for 2 to go.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
Okay.
at least
we do have
yeah,
it.
they don't want to decide what to.
We will go a little over our planned budget, not by much. Overall,
Yeah.
for the overall FY 22 budget, where we were able to adjust from areas and
So at least we're saying 2, and then later on discuss more, but if you could get the amount,
I think only 2 at max,
yeah,
because the Pacific region meeting is coming up.
yeah.
And
that's
that's-
Maui, no?
Yes.
Alright. So with that, then I know, I'll more clarify, move to send 2 representatives for, to Puerto Rico for that NACD summer meeting.
I'm gonna step out of the door.
Okay, a recess.
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 Recess. Thanks, Glenn.
Mhm. I guess restrict that last statement and then be able to second her motion, but clarify that it'll be two representatives, because she actually made the motion to send
Sure.
representatives.
Okay.
And would that be possible to do that way? Then I'll just second her motion, but provided it's the two representatives.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was
So
gonna
now
vote
we're
on
doing
Yeah,
vote.
so we're gonna vote it. Recess.
Okay, I just have a question, but we'll just wait until.
I want to know once the deadline.
For to submit.
Okay, we'll resume our meeting.
Thank you.
So Glenn, restate. what we did.
Yeah, so you moved, Director Angie, you moved to send representatives and you
Two.
invite two, yeah, so based on the budget, we are saying two.
Two.
So I second that motion for two.
Any discussion?
I just, Mr. Chair, this is very important that we are there at the table
Yeah,
for the summer meeting contributions, and that's why.
Okay,
That's why we send a maximum of two to two budget.
okay, thank you, Erica. What do you-
Well, my only question is just because it's maybe about a month and some weeks away. So in prepping, I mean, what can we do to help identify the representatives who can go so for better preparation?
I don't know, right now, I feel that the administrator and the president
yeah,
should go.
yeah, I think there's also availability with what, there's me, I'll kind of probably won't, I'll be away
Off
from the
island.
table, yeah, off island. And I think there's some, some of the issues and constraints with medical and things.
So
that
just move, my motion, Mr. Chair, is to send the administrator and the president, if that's within, and then if maybe we'll have an alternate in case one of you should change.
Okay,
Okay.
We can decide that
Director,
at the-
Yes, at the time when we'll cross that bridge
Bridge,
if, if one of you is not able to go.
so
that-
I'll second that, right? We have to read, okay.
Well, you don't need to, because it was already.
Okay, that was part of the discussion, okay. All right.
So all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Thank you. Okay.
thank you. Sorry, I'm just putting it out there. Okay,
We're,
we are on new business.
okay. New business. New business, Southern District Farmer and Junior Farmer of the Year nominees ratification.
Mr. Chair, I don't think we need to ratify it already. It already took place. And as much as I'm very happy that we nominated rightfully the Farmer of the Year for the Southern as Mr. Glenn Takai. But yeah, you do deserve it. But Mr. Chair, the only problem is that I'm really upset that they're giving us this responsibility in a 3-day time frame. And why? Because I'm sorry to say, but the Department of Agriculture is not doing what they're supposed to be doing to really know the farmers of Guam. But it seems like we are undertaking that responsibility. And I think that, I don't know, I think that something has to be done. I will meet with the director and point this out because I don't know whether she's aware that why us? It's their award, it's not Southern Awards. And I did ask when they called me up, I said, do you have, what do you call that? Criteria. They don't have criteria. And they said, oh, we just use what you did last year. Same thing, they give us window time of 3 days, 2 days. Why us when it's not our award? They can say, can you recommend? But, so Mr. Chair, I hope that that we can do something about this, or even have a face-to-face discussion with the, not that we're saying we don't want to do it, but it's not fair that they give us this in 3 days. I think somebody just dropped the ball at the agriculture review.
Well, that 3-day issue is, to me, that's like a, what would you say, a symptom of the greater issues with their
Yes.
department, right?
Yes.
You know, like you said, the lack of knowledge of the farmers. and their
They don't do
activities.
farm research.
Yeah.
Have you been this? For the Department of
By
Agriculture?
the department? No, not, well, not recent, not
Yeah,
recent.
but I think it's for different reasons.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's more like that. But I had to think. Not
Because
for-
I remember when the
Mention no name.
Yeah,
agriculture was thriving, Department of Agriculture, they really know their farmers. And farmers come to
Yeah,
them.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah, remember, big time, 100 people coming to them.
They're always out there,
They're always out there.
end to end.
And that's what Leonard was doing, reaching out to the
Remember as
farmers.
far back, remember when they had the green trucks?
Yes, yes. They even come to your farm and they spray for you sometimes.
They
So I
clear
think,
land, they do
yes.
all kinds of stuff. And then they offer the support. and
I
help.
did pull the governor of the site, what the problem. And I think I have an idea where is the main problem. And I told her.
They don't know, they're more interested in the games, microchipping and Spain.
So we are all on our own, and then they used us just so that they comply with their plan of awarding the farmer of the year. We don't even have the junior of the year because they said all your students should be junior of the year. So we didn't submit junior of the year because I was hoping that because they were off island. You guys were off island.
Mm.
So for me, junior of the year should be all the students that are doing that school farm.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
So anyway, I just want to congratulate the farmer of the year.
I also believe they're having a May Harvest Festival.
Yeah.
So I think there was some confusion there for me personally, just I thought the urgency was because the farmer of the year was going to be presented at the appreciation.
You know why? Because they want to piggyback on the FCAG.
So what I've been hearing is that May Harvest Farmer or Harvest, whatever they're calling it, is that they're trying to recognize vendors. You know, I don't know, that's.
They did last year.
No, but they're doing that, that's their purpose, their main purpose is for. this.
Oh, okay.
Also, they're
So-
still having the May Festival.
Mhm.
Oh,
May Fest. But,
because last year there was 7-day market that they that got that award.
but for what is that? for?
For vendors that support the farmers by buying local. So 7 days, they say 7 days always open for farmers to come there and sell for produce. That's what they said last year.
But how did
I
they-
thought you were there.
I was, but I'm
Remember
just trying to remember.
Yeah, 7 days.
How did they come up with that, right?
That
The
they
same
said
thing.
quantity or volume.
Yeah, but you can always say that one of these restaurants who support them, you know, their capacity is not the same, but they're more support, you know,
I know.
What
I
about
mean,
like, what about
the-
like a wholesale, like IBI, for example?
Yeah, but you know what, Mike, I think the 3-day window time that they really just want to award without really having criteria. So that if you're gonna award, like for instance, the vendor, right, you give them at the beginning of the year, say,
Yeah.
if you do this, this is what you're gonna get. Same as the farmer of the year, we give all the farmer of the year the criteria, so they can be thinking, but what's the incentive? A paper?
I think maybe for next year, a recommendation could be that we'd like to highlight a steward of the year or
us.
conservation. Yeah, maybe that could be at our own,
We're not
our own
gonna-
event.
We're not gonna ask
Yeah.
agriculture to nominate
Mm,
for us,
mhm.
but that would be a steward, and then we can go on, we can partner with them and go on and check.
Okay,
But
Okay.
we're
Thank
doing
you.
their job. That's why.
so congratulations.
Congratulations.
to the
Farmer of the year,
Takais.
You rightly deserve it, and it is, it's not that you're the chairman or the last minute, I really think with all the implementation you have on the ground, but maybe next year we'll put you on the stewardship
Mhm.
award instead.
Yeah,
Or somebody that's doing.
So, yeah.
and congratulations to Inalahan Middle School too, for our junior farmers.
Yes.
Okay,
It's fitting.
We
Yeah.
better take,
Wow.
take picture of them so we can put it in our annual report, so we can support them for
Yeah,
whatever.
they're out of
we'll-
school.
I
we'll
can
put-
try, but they're gone.
Oh.
So next year,
Maybe they're class pictures.
Well, we're gonna put your
So-
pictures that you've been sending.
so we can.
Yeah, I could crop out.
Yeah,
and
So we have,
I'll have Cheryl.
Just ask them if it's okay, right? You
Yeah.
have to ask them. or-
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think we have release forms already that were done at the beginning because of the face-to-face, the way we had it online. So we should be okay, but I'll double check.
So who's harvesting now that the kids are home?
So
and
we
they're-
told the kids to come each week. So we had 2 kids already harvest and they take everything. So next week, the next kid, they
Oh,
to harvest. So
oh,
yeah.
nice.
Okay,
Nice.
Very good.
Okay, that's it, right?
yes.
So NACD Pacific Region meeting September 8th to the 11th, 2022.
Is that the one from Hawaii?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the position meeting.
Travel is budgeted currently for 2 attendees, hold off on. And then if I'm representing as a- Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we won't know.
Yeah, because we don't know who's that.
Okay, so, and then,
So
But
table
we
that.
will,
So are we gonna?
we
oh,
will,
so-
we will, we
No,
will,
we
no,
gotta
we
approve
will
the
move,
travel.
we will move to approve,
Yes, but
to
just,
send to,
we cannot make motion for incoming board.
cannot, okay?
Yeah.
So then let's just table it then.
Yeah, table it because.
But that will be in our upcoming, I mean, that will be in our minds. That's where we're still
Yes.
want to continue.
We cannot decide.
Yeah.
New board. what they
Definitely.
wanna do.
Yes, you're right. You're right. It is budgeted, but we just can't speak
Yeah.
for that.
Got it, okay.
so I have a question about that. So, I mean, it's not necessarily about that, but about the new board versus is there some kind of window?
Well,
Like a
I'm
lame
glad-
duck Session or?
I'm glad you bring that up because as, thinking
We
about
talked about
this.
this last time, I believe.
Because I really feel that maybe the GACD should fund this particular travel because of the fact that the new members are elected, probably sworn in September, but the new representatives aren't identified
Yeah.
until November. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, there's like.
until there's a new appointment of NACD representatives, then they can officially take over.
That's what I'm
you know what I
saying.
mean?
Is there some
Because-
kind of like a lame duck?
Well, I
Because
think it
I'm-
needs to be further
And-
explored.
And
I'm thinking that maybe the next board, all the new ones will go.
I don't know.
But to me, if honestly, if there's an opportunity for people, because we learn a lot from all this meetings and trainings.
How does that?
Or maybe-
for
or maybe a
example,
new board may not-
Pacific region, right? Because actually that meeting is still my meeting.
Yeah. that's
Yeah,
right.
no, so it'll probably be the chair that let's just say, right, in a scenario like that, right, my assumption would be
Or-
whoever the next board would be, assuming it wouldn't be you for, is what your, sounds like what your question is.
Yeah.
Whoever does fill in as the next board and whoever is the chair would be the representative. of that.
Correct. Because
he
it's.
is-
So it might not be Michael
But he
Ogden,
is an ACD Pacific Region Chair, so I really think, can you check with Errol with the NACD?
Yeah.
Regardless whether he's a chairman or not, the next
Yeah.
time around,
Yes.
that they should fund him. Because he's an NACD Pacific Region.
Well,
Chair.
let's look into it more
Yeah,
with
that would be
Ariel
great.
on how that
Yeah.
scenario would work. Because is it
Because you're
Guam that's
Mhm.
the chair or is it chairman
Yeah.
that's the chair?
is it the position that's the representative
state?
or is it the person?
I really
So
think it should be the person.
The person?
because it's
Why,
different than-
what is that? I was always wondering about, I didn't understand that. How was that?
Like how I just explained it, right? Was
Yeah,
the-
so the states are,
But they came to me to nominate me, so I don't understand that.
Yeah,
So he's
Well-
an NACD subcommittee or something, right?
well, the way that I'm,
yeah, the way I'm understanding it is they want representation from the Guam
From the local.
to be the Pacific Region Chair is what they were wanting. Whoever is the name in that position is, they just want that because they want a wide, how they expressed it before the nominations came out, was they wanted the input from Guam and they wanted Guam to be a part of that position to be the chair, meaning that's going to represent the whole Pacific region meeting. So regardless of who the person is, right, it's the fact that the chair would be the person coming from the Guam delegation. So whoever is going to fill in and whoever's the chair at the time for the Guam delegation, that position is going to be the chair, not necessarily the person
to.
We're
It's
not-
this-
I-
No, no,
I-
that's what
I'm
we're
still
saying.
Losing this whole
Yeah.
thing here
Yeah.
about that, because when they voted, they voted.
Yeah.
They
Got it,
didn't
got it,
mind
got it,
me.
got it.
They both.
So-
And it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
You know, I said, if I got voted in, it's because we're all together on it, but I'm just trying to
Yeah.
clarify.
No, we don't know. We were just saying that's what
I
we
don't know
were
where that
thinking.
came from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I never
With me,
heard.
my
that kind of
interpretation-
thing before. Never.
My interpretation is that regardless if it's next time around is the vice chair
Yeah.
or the secretary, the treasurer, it is the person, not the
Yeah,
president
so
of this.
that's what,
association.
that's what
what we're
Ari
trying
and I
to
were saying is we have,
clarify.
that's what we're gonna look into. Is
Yeah,
it
look
the
into
position
that.
or is it the person?
Yeah, I really think it's the person.
Oh, so that's what we gotta
Well,
clarify.
then
That's what we're
that's-
saying.
If that's the case, then anybody can move to like do that.
Yeah,
If they're, but if they're in the position.
if they just want to represent.
Or it's the person, or it's the
To me,
person.
it's a
So we just gotta
person, yeah.
find that out.
So in the next time around, if Mike is not the chairman,
Yeah,
maybe vice, secretary.
yeah, you're saying if it's
He
the
still
person,
is the
if it's the
person,
person, yeah.
and that's why I'm saying that GACD might be the
The better
appropriate,
route.
because to make up for that, a new representative has not been appointed
Yeah.
yet on election year.
But they would still, whoever the new one would be, would still fall in the purview of GACD,
Well, we,
For
which is a
now-
good point. That's
For
it.
now, the person.
for now, the
Because they voted
person,
the person, they didn't vote it, that the chairman of the district, northern or southern is going to
Yeah.
be.
yeah,
It-
so.
But we can always look in, like we
we'll
can
look
ask
in,
Tom
because it's
Leary.
new.
And then if so,
We never
can
been
they
in that.
fund,
position.
they
We
can
don't know
fund
where to
his.
look.
No, they can't. Only if you're an executive board, it's
Oh,
that your trip is funded.
but this is this executive. board?
But Pacific Region Chair,
Yeah.
free registration.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's what
it's not it's not
Yeah,
that level.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
a good question.
Yeah.
But it's-
and we just have, no, it's good, we gotta clarify that,
Yeah,
so
right.
maybe we can look into.
But
it and find
because we
out.
did ask, what are the kind of,
Yeah.
what does NACD help do in terms of getting the chairman there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's great discussion.
Mhm.
I'll
That was
look
a good
into,
question.
yeah, we need
Very
to
good
look into it, and start firming that up. This should have been a C, but Guam Invasive Species Awareness Week already discussed.
Mhm.
No further discussion.
That's included the proclamation signing public announcements. Right? So we're
Yes.
done. That, right? So board correspondence, letter to the AG.
Okay, just as a quick update, and I know that we've talked about it, but we did send a letter on behalf of the board, the Southern District, to the Attorney General of Guam and the University of Guam Legal Counsel to verify the relationship, or to request for an opinion on the relationship between the SWCDs and the nonprofit GACD. So it's all a waiting game, but
Mr. Chair, I wasn't very happy with that the Southern District took that initiative. Because, we didn't have any problem. It's the Northern that had a problem. And I thought, Erica, they should be the one to write that letter, because they're the ones that's questioning. We have no problem. It's always been 5,000 dues since they started it, the Northern. We always pay, we don't have a problem. Now, they're the ones that brought up the problem. Why are we given the burden to address that issue that is not an issue for us? But anyway, since we did it, that's
yeah,
okay.
I think if I may add, Madam Vice, that it is a good initiative on our behalf, because we're doing what should have been done in previous.
I understand,
Yeah,
I understand.
but
It's just
I
that
see.
It's not an issue on our part. We're just so complying with what has occurred in the past. It's them that have the problem, but it's good. It's coming from us to clarify it, and maybe other departments, because a lot of other departments, they are members of a nonprofit organization nationwide. And we pay dues. We pay dues out of our Southern District budget to NACD. It's a nonprofit organization. Nobody ever questioned it.
That's true.
And then other department, government departments, they belong to other professional nonprofit, and they pay their dues.
I
But it's
mean,
okay.
yeah.
I'm just that, why should they burden us?
I think if it comes up again, the recommendation is they can pay for their own lawyer to
That's
figure
right.
it out.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
No, really. Why is the burden, Erica have to do that? It's their problem.
Okay, so we don't have to do anything on that, right? We're good.
But anyway, because already, poor Erica has to do it. I just don't like that. I told Erica, well, I'm not happy with what you did. I know it's honorable, but we don't have problem.
Yeah, we didn't have
Okay,
a problem.
sorry, just.
But like you said, if they want to do their own thing, they're
Yeah.
happy to do it. I mean, welcome to do it, so.
So I always remember that if that person, let them go look sick legal counsel and say, hey, I'm not gonna pay you the 5,000 because it's illegal. But a lot of government entities, when I was a member of the board for commercial port, it was a big nonprofit organization and we pay dues.
Yeah, I mean, we pay dues to NACD, so.
That's why we need to win.
For the good.
For the good of Guam.
Okay.
Well, you're the best campaign.
Manager.
You better have a fundraiser. And we're gonna be having, this is just a public comment.
Okay.
Can I
Yeah.
do Mrs. Public?
Public comment.
Mr. Chair, I hope you guys can be saving money and we can hold our meetings, we go to one meeting, but we have to pay our own way over.
That's coming.
Sell more
What date?
vegetables. You
No,
go
just
there,
like that,
make
the
them
Micronesia Association.
and we go there and I can
Watch
get.
out, but now that they have a district over there, they might say we're going in their jurisdictional.
No, this is just our meeting. And I'll get a free room for sure. We don't have to
So,
pay.
no, so I just thought of this, is something for fun, I guess, right? So what can be done is like a joint one, either RODA or CNMI meeting thing.
No, it's okay, we could just go, so long as we don't spend government money to go there, it's okay.
Mhm.
Dale, for the weekend only, just every time you sell vegetable, just take 10% of it and put it in your piggy bank,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And then we just pay.
Oh, I'm sorry, so, okay.
We'll have a regular board
But
meeting.
Erica, we didn't discuss about that travel to Tinian. To bring
No.
that up here, or that you can't be brought here and just.
Well, I think we should touch on it as a highlight, but
Maybe go
Um,
back to this. Can we're still on the agenda. The travel to the cinema
yeah,
on
so,
C1.
okay.
Yeah, so,
So you
I
have to
mean, I
make a
guess,
Motion to do that, or do something to adjust the agenda, or.
well, no, because,
Mr. Chair.
because the Tinian is still a part of the CNMI.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but we
CNA.
skipped, I know, Mr. Chair, we didn't bring up the Tinian travel. I understand that you guys pay your own out of your pocket. And can we go back and make a motion to go back part C number one?
Transportation
Yeah.
costs.
Okay.
Part,
Yeah, you're
number
right.
4C1,
I don't,
Erica. I'm requesting that we go back to number 4C1.
Okay.
We failed to discuss the trip that the Guam team did to, to complete the travel to CNMI when you guys went to, the team went to Tinian.
Mhm.
So my motion is to go back to discuss that part. please.
Okay.
okay,
Okay,
So,
yeah, I'll second that.
all in favor?
I,
Okay, so
Mr. Chair, I understand that the team Guam went to Tinian and met some of the
soil and water,
soil water people there and the rancher
and the.
and I understand that
the slaughterhouse
slaughterhouse.
and others.
And I understand that the Guam team people, 4 people, you guys paid your own way to Tinian out of pocket expense. So I really, do you know how much total?
and
It was
it's about
55 one way and 55
Coming back.
Coming back, so 110 total.
110. So Mr. Chairman, I
Per
would
person.
like that we reimburse that 111 per traveler
As a transportation
as
cost.
transportation cost. And you all, I just recommend that you guys turn in your receipt.
Mm,
Okay. Yeah.
I
Yes,
move
I'll second that.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Thank you for that, but I
I
think
can
there's a
call
problem with that for me, because mine is under GACD.
Yes, so GACD will have to
Have to
do
do
that
that,
on
right?
its own. Yeah,
so just for the two of you.
yes.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we know that, right?
Yes.
Backtrack,
Thank you.
public comment, we're done, public comment, nobody. Announcements, next meeting, Southern District Partner Meeting, June 1st, 2022. And NACD Leadership Visit, June 17th to the 30th, 2022.
Okay, just to add can we maybe have our partner meeting June 8th instead due to the holiday of the Memorial
You haven't
Day?
announced it?
No, I haven't
Okay, because
announced
I'm
it
just
due to
thinking
the,
because, you know, we pay for public.
So June 8th,
yes.
As opposed to tomorrow.
As
what is
opposed
that,
to
the
next week.
Memorial Day?
The- oh,
We
or
have that one
Southern,
next week. I mean,
tomorrow's GACD.
or GAC, sorry, not partner.
Also June 8th? Same time, same
Yes,
place?
yes,
You sure you have this place on the June 8th?
yes, and if not, it'll be at the bottom, so one or the other. And then
Same
the
time.
following week, NACD is here.
Oh
So
my
should we
God.
even have a partner meeting?
Well, we kind of thought about that, right, as
Yeah.
part of a possible, like, that would be,
Well, that, yeah, that's a good idea because you can give them, I mean, talk to them like a last minute, last thing to do before to how to prepare or what to expect, maybe, I don't know.
or,
What
or
did
I
you
was
say?
thinking, I
When, when did they come? I'm sorry.
June 17 to June 30.
Oh, yeah, I like that idea. We'll just go ahead and maybe just make our agenda short.
I don't know, only because that partner meeting is going to be hosted by GACD. And the content that we'll be discussing isn't, I mean, we can, but that's too much for us, for me to organize in terms of putting out the agenda in the newspaper and all of
Which
that.
partner meeting are you talking about?
The one with NACD,
Yeah, when they're.
when we
here,
meet with the governor, and then later on we'll meet with
Yeah.
The partners,
yes.
yeah.
Which will do like the 2-in-1, right? That would be,
Yeah, still.
So what is your, what do you think? What's
That
it?
should be a separate
Separate,
event in itself. It's not even
so we're still gonna have our meeting.
On June 8th?
I'm at this point, we can have it still to kind of let our partners know what's happening, or we can just not and just meet up with everyone.
Can we just have the partners just meet with them?
Yeah, all of our partners will be at that meeting.
So we don't have to have this partner meeting.
We
It's
don't
It's a meet and greet or whatever.
meet and greet in
Yeah,
a
meet and
while.
greet kind.
so I think maybe what, Eric, I think I could be wrong here, is that won't be an official partner meeting,
No,
right? So I think, yeah, but it would just be a meeting,
Just
which
a
means
meet
the
and greet.
official,
Under
so the,
GACD,
so
right?
the
Yeah.
official
Yeah,
partner meeting
yeah.
would have to be on the date that she's saying. we
But
should
that's what I'm
have it.
saying, so if you wanna have this one, the
Mhm.
08 meeting,
Yes.
right?
Yes,
Just to give
Which
our
will cover
partners a
that.
heads up of
Yeah.
what's coming, and then
Yes,
that's it. Then when we meet there, that's gonna be, of course, the GACD.
right.
Yes.
But it won't be an official meeting, but, because it was discussed as a possibility.
because we'll meet with them, and then the following
Not
week
under
is kind
Southern.
of a break,
Yeah.
and then we'll meet with
possibility
them
she's saying
again
don't too
during the
much, right?
21st.
yeah,
Yeah, because then we're gonna live stream it.
Yeah,
we're
she's
gonna
saying
do
it's
all
too
of
much,
that,
yeah.
And
yeah, not
Okay.
only that, if we have that meeting, we just say, like, we're gonna explain what's happening with
Yeah.
NACD, and then if anybody wants to report, but ours, nothing makes it to make the
Mm.
meeting short.
yeah,
For that one, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
I mean, I
right?
would love it, that would be great, but I just
Yeah.
think it's a bit much, as
Yeah.
we're the
Yeah.
ones taking the lead and facilitating,
Okay.
helping CNMI
Yeah,
pull out,
yeah.
it's too much.
And if Erica's saying it's too much, then it's too much.
No,
That means, it's
good,
real
like
because
Richard
she's
said.
doing it.
What do you
She's
want
doing
us
it,
to
yeah.
do? What do you-
Yeah.
So let's let's do, I would like that recommendation of what Erica's saying.
We decide, but you're the one who still has to do it,
Yeah.
so, you know.
So it's good.
And she never really says it's too much, so she's saying it right now, so let's make sure.
But,
So,
yeah, like the chairman said, like the chairman said, just really touch base with them as to what's happening with
Yes, I think that's
And then
important.
if anybody wants to bring up a report, go ahead, and
Yeah.
thank them for the invasive species thing, thank them for the, what's that, the stewardship week
Yeah.
and all that, and that's
They
it.
can, more informally.
And
Yeah.
then
More
when we have the
informal.
meeting with the NACD leadership, it's just the GACD run, GACD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that for
Yeah.
the district. man.
No,
Yeah,
Correct.
for the
I-
district side. no need.
it's too much,
So we're on the
Too
same
much.
sketch, we're on the same
Yes.
page.
Okay, good.
So
that's
once,
That sounds good.
when you're planning for that meeting, the meet and greet, be thinking of a little refreshment, okay?
well, it might be at the hotel.
So,
Okay.
Eric, real quickly, the meeting this
Or
morning.
hotel conference room.
With the DOB, and they were talking about that meeting, right, and what they wanted to present there, right?
Yes.
That's what I was getting.
Yes,
Yeah, they
yes.
did say that.
And
Louder
I'm
did
sorry,
say
Nat, but I was
It's
completely
okay.
not ready for that meeting.
No, you're fine. No one was, not even Ariel.
DOD,
So yes, because there's a
and who are
The
the DOD?
Sentinel project, all that stuff, man, we're talking. about.
Sentinel landscape designation. Well, we'll talk more about it tomorrow since that's more of a GACD
Okay,
thing.
yeah, okay.
In case
So-
you didn't know.
All
Okay,
right.
so, motion to adjourn.
So,
Second.
All right, all in favor?
just give me your
It's
prayers.
4:36 p.m.
Today, I just read today, man.
Oh.
And last Thursday.